Hello and welcome to another draft here. This is the pack we opened, and I'm not exactly sure what I want to take here. I think I'm going to take a Subjugator Angel. That's because I've been noticing that white can sometimes be underdrafted in this format. You can get perfectly acceptable cards such as a Steadfast Cathar very late in the drafts. I used to love this thing, Eternal Scourge, until I faced a blue spirits deck with it. Then it becomes just horrible. Could take it, you know, keep myself open, and if they don't have spirit cards, then this is fine. Although Subjugator Angel does pretty much everything you want in an aggressive white deck, right? So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and take it. Let's try it. All right, we got a second pick, Sigarian Priest, which I'm inclined to take here. There's a Stitchwing too, which is great. Spreading Flames is great, but right now I think I will try to stick to my color, especially because Sigarian Priest is one of the best uncommons in my opinion. Hopefully something, I mean, maybe this could make it back, but I doubt it. Perhaps the Primal Druid, although Primal Druid is not at its best on white green. Although sometimes it is, right? I mean, white has lots of cards that require you to sacrifice creatures or permanents to be optimal. So either way, taking the priest here. All right. Now this is an interesting pack. We have a Lone Rider and we have a Boon of Emrakul. Both are nice cards. The Boon of Emrakul is actually better. However, it has a problem, and that is it's black, and I'm not the greatest fan of black in Eldritch Moon. And since I do have a perfectly reasonable card to take here in my color, I'm gonna take it. Sorry, Boone. I think you are the better card, but just feel like being safe here. All right, here I think I'm gonna take a Tattered Haunter. Maybe I am going to be blue, white spirits, perhaps. Uh, Borrowed Grace is a nice one, especially in the spirits deck because you have a lot of flyers to deal damage in the air with the +2/+0. However, I think I can get this thing much later than fourth pick. So, and the Haunter is a great aggressive card. So. Okay, there's an Oath of Liliana, but what I'm going to take here is a Dawn Gryph. I'm going to start getting heavy into the flying theme, even though this thing is not a spirit. It's just too bad, right? I mean, would it kill them to make this a spirit? But I'm going to take it. Other than that, we have a Certain Death, we have a It of the Horrid Swarm, Make Mischief, all nice and reasonable cards. But yeah, let's take the flyer. Alright. Fiendbinder is a fine option for me here. This is a super late Thermal Alchemist, by the way, but I think it's a bit late to try to jump onto that ship here. Man, I wish I was. I mean, if I had taken the first pick, the Bouncewell, the Drag Under, this would be quite a gift here at this point in the draft, but oh well. Still like Fiendbinder too, so. Alright, a Mausoleum Wanderer. It's a spirit. Not exactly sure how good it is in limited. It is good in constructed. Not sure how many spirits we're gonna have, and you can always get someone unaware with this card. I feel like I could take it. I think the Desperate Sentry and the Exultant Cultist both are safer picks here. But you know what? I'm feeling a bit adventurous here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Wanderer. All right, Enlightened Maniac is a fine card. Guardian. Ooh, Guardian of Pilgrims is actually a spirit. Man, should I go dip here? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm okay with taking that. Maniac is nice. Yeah, since I went into spirits with this thing, I think I might as well take the Guardian here. I mean, Maniac is the better card of the two, I think. But if I'm able to reap some some tribal interactions here, I'll be happy. Well, here we could take a steadfast kata, but since it made it back, the Eternal Scourge, I am going to go ahead and take it. I'll probably have to take it out in some matches, but oh well. Here we got a Faith Bearer Paladin, which is a very nice card, but we also have a Spontaneous Mutation. I'm not sure at this point in the draft I can actually make this thing, go all the way, be great. But I think I'm gonna take it. I could get a Faith Bearer Paladin too, which is a great card, but let me take a look at something here. Oh, it's a Human Knight. It's not a spirit, sadly. I got in a Peace of Mind, which combos with Lone Rider, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. Iron Knight's Cleansing is fine sideboard card, and Eat of the Horrid Swarm is a ridiculous card to be here this late, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up being white green. You never know. Maybe if I open a Tameo. All right, well, Gisela it is then. I mean, this is probably my fifth or sixth Gisela. I really tend to open this card a lot. Not sure why. And it's interesting. I was trying out the Gisela plus Bruna deck BW Control in Standard, and I realized from the draft I had four Giselas and only one Bruna. What are the chances of that? Either way, there's a choking restraint, which is great, but Gisela can win the game by herself, so I'm not gonna pass on it. Okay, a second Tattered Haunter. Is it better than a Dawngryph? Probably. The problem is some red decks can definitely have a field day with these one toughness creatures, thanks to stuff like Make Mischief. So maybe I'm just gonna go ahead and take a Dawngryph just because of that. And I'm looking to open some. I mean, to get some more one toughness spirits here. So I better not just go on an overload here. I don't know. I mean, if I am trying to be aggressive, yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Haunter. I mean, if they destroy me with red cards, then so be it, right? Here I could take a Guardian, but I think I'm gonna take a Scout the Laboratory. So far, I do not have a lot of ways to reach Delirium, but I'm hoping to find some ways here as the draft goes on, and this is a great card that I really like. So, and white is a color that surprisingly does not have a hard time getting to Delirium. I mean, it's nothing like blue or green in that regard, but it does have a lot of sacrifice thingies that. All right, either a Wretched Griff or a Fiend Binder. Since I am trying to be aggressive, and since I do not have anything that could work as a uh, emerge fodder in this deck, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take the Fiend Binder. There's also an Unsubstantiate and loads of good red cards. Look at this, man. Turnaside is even a card that I could play in this deck. Oh well, let's take the Fiend Binder. Alright, well, now I have some options. We have this spirit, we have this guy to reach Delirium, we have this thing which is a spirit too, but I think I'm gonna take a Cigarian Priest. Cigarian Priest is awesome. Has worked, uh, has done a lot of work for me this draft season, so. Alright, here, since I take a Tattered Haunter, I'm gonna take a Borrowed Grace. over a steadfast Cathar for a couple of reasons. One, I do not want to have one more one toughness guy here to be vulnerable to some of the red cards. And secondly, if I am playing aggressive flyers early and attacking with them, this is going to be perfect. So could also take a Terrarion there, but to reach the Delirium. But I don't really like it. I mean, it is good if you get something like an Angelic Purge on the third pack. Here we could take another Bard Grace, but we will actually take a Fiend Binder. Alright, and finally we get a Faithbearer Paladin, which can help us with the Lone Rider. Okay. We have a Lab Brute here, but we also have an Ironclad Slayer. At this point, maybe I should just take this layer just because maybe we could be mono white here. Who knows? I mean, the Brute is nice, but I do have a lot of 4 drops too, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna take that guy. See if I can make that work. Alright, let's take this Mockery of Nature here. Alright, Guardian of Pilgrims. Another Eats of the Horrid Swarm super late here. Alright, Turn Aside is a card that I am willing to play. Lunar Force not so much, so let's just go ahead and hate that Whispers of Emrakul. It's a card that I, don't usually play, but some of our opponents could play it. And, it can just wreck you in the right circumstances. So, and I don't mind if my opponent plays a Lunar Force. So, I mean, chances are I will not even face these guys that are drafting with me because this is a league. But oh well. Alright. Let's see what pack 3 brings us. Okay, we have a Simprater, which is sadly won't take here. I mean, it is a great card. The red seems to be underdrafted. I think, yeah, I won't take it. Because, we have a Nearhearth Chaplain, which is not only a great card by itself, it also ties with the Spirit theme here with its, flashback ability, and also can help us flip Lone Riders. So that's what I'm gonna take. Right. What here? We have a Biting Rain, which is obviously very good against us. Have a Dusquatch Recruiter, which is amazing. However, it's not really what we're looking for here. And we have an Illuminator. Illuminator, I think, is what I'm going to take, but I'm not happy about it. I mean, no white cards whatsoever. And the Illuminator is the best blue card for us. It's a Spirit, and hopefully we get some Investigate cards here. There's a Manic Scribe too. It's an okay card, just not in this deck because I'm trying to be aggressive. Alright, well, we actually have a chance to investigate here. My question is it better than a Parish Blade? And the answer is it probably is. I mean, it's an early card, it investigates, yeah, I'm gonna take it. Not entirely sure about this pick, but at this point I don't think we're that good about getting to Delirium here. Alright, here it's easy for... Ooh, we could take a Fleeting Memories, right? But nah, that's not what's gonna happen. We're gonna take a True Faith Sensor, actually, which is a great card with, humans like this guy. And with flyers like the rest of my deck, so... It's also a great card with Lone Rider, right? It helps it flip pretty handily, so... Taking a Sensor. Survive the Night is nice. Catalog is nice. I don't have a lot of removal spells, do I? So maybe I should just go ahead and take a Gun Missing? I mean, I do have guys like this, which, it isn't a removal spell, but it is a guy that can remove blockers. I think I'm gonna take a Catalog. I mean, I do have some bombs here that I could hope to get with Catalog. And who knows, maybe I'll get a gun missing later on. Not that I even necessarily want it, but oh well. Another spirit here, Moorland Drifter. Moorland Drifter is a fine card and all, but yeah, I don't really want to warp landscape, do I? The thing is, the landscape can help us reach Delirium, and we don't have a lot of Spirit Tribal going on. Not even sure if I'm going to end up playing that guy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take a land. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna play the land, but I think chances are I wouldn't play that other guy either. Ooh, Tenacity, man. Man, this is a pack. Anguish the Making, Graph Mold, Tenacity. Explosive is a fine card, but Tenacity can just win with the game on the spot, and again, combos with Lone Rider. Alright, there's a Daring Sleuth, which is what I'm gonna take, although I'm probably not playing it. Yeah, see, now we get a Moorland Drifter, but now we also get an Explosive Apparatus, which, again, is something we probably want more than a Drifter. Don't have a lot of removal spells, so maybe... Not even sure if I'm gonna play it, but well. Here it is. Either way, let's take a Silent Observer in case we need blockers. Unruly Mob. It's a card that I seem to like more than most. Fleeting Memories. Alright, well, so this is pretty much the deck. I'll have to take off a few cards here. Maybe an Ironclad Slayer. I mean, I do have a Spontaneous Mutation here to get back with it. Oh, and I do have a True Faith Sensor, right? If my opponent manages to destroy it. Yeah, I guess we shall see soon enough here. Alright, we have a deck without a lot of removal spells, but I think we can be enough uh, aggressive here that it won't matter, right? I mean, do I even want an Explosive Apparatus? There's a Mausoleum Wanderer. I mean, I'm debating whether or not I should run the Mausoleum Wanderer. It doesn't seem to be a great card, but I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 turn 2 cards that are spirits. And we have cards like this one that we can exile to give it, +2/+2. But I'm not sure if I'm going to run it. One of the reasons that I do want to run it is because you can definitely get people unaware sometimes. As the game goes on, they often just forget about the Wanderer's ability, and sometimes they tap out for a big sorcery that we can prevent, right? Even something like the the 3 mana, the Make Mischief, which is a card that is very strong against us. We can stop them from playing that card on turn 3, which gives us, time to beat them down a little more. So I think it can pull its weight. I do need to take out 2 cards here, though. And as crazy as that sounds, I'm thinking I should take out the Apparatus. I mean, we don't have a lot of removal. We only have the Apparatus and the Spontaneous Mutation. However, we have 3 Fiend Binders. I mean, we probably want to be just attacking here. One Rider, Guardian. We could also take out an Nerdwall Illuminator because we don't have a lot of ways to make clues. You can bring that in against more aggressive decks. So yeah, probably, I think I'm gonna take out an Ironclad Slayer as well, since we don't have choking restraints. Of course, the Slayer can get Spontaneous Mutation and True Faith Sensor, so we may bring that in if we think our opponent has ways to get rid of these cards, but not holding my breath. And since I do have a Tenacity, maybe I should take out a Borrowed Grace. Although Borrowed Grace does help with Lone Rider too, and it's just a sweet card overall. You could take out a Score the Laboratory. Not sure. We don't have a lot of ways to reach Delirium here. We don't have any sorceries, for example, which is problematic. If we don't take that out, what could we take? I mean, I don't want to take any of the other spirits. Don't want to take Fiend Binders. None of the life gain cards. Yeah, I feel like Scout Laboratory is gonna not pull its weight here, meaning that we are pretty much splashing blue here, and playing this single turn one is gonna be hard. We're gonna play like 11-6. You know what? I think I'm gonna take the apparatus out and bring in the Scout Laboratory. Not sure if that's the best option, but this way, this gives me more reason to actually play islands. I mean, let's see what MTGO suggests. Yeah, not gonna be 12-5, but actually 11-6. Oh, I do have a warped landscape though. Yeah, well, since I am playing with Scout the Laboratory, I think I am going to play uh, a warped landscape. Not optimal by any means, but it's a way to get lands onto my graveyard to be able to reach Delirium quicker or at all. Alright, well, let's hope this thing goes well and see you round one.